Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my Trove Let's Play series. Today we are on the final level 30 that I have to cover. At least we finished our final level 30 on my account a very long time ago with the Fey Trickster, but today is the final level 30 video because this is the only level 30 that I haven't covered yet, and that is the Revenant. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I love the Revenant. I placed him at like number 7 or 8 on my top classes video, but I freaking love this guy. He was actually the first class that I got the Clash Gem for. He was my first Clash Gem class that I ever used my first ever Clash Gem on, if you guys remember that far back as well. Because when I was first theory crafting classes and stuff like that in this game, or when Mantle Power came out, I was already maining the Revenant because the Revenant was single-handedly the most OP class pre-Mantle of Power because of Sure Strike and Valorous. Sure Strike was 100% critical hit, and Valorous never had a cooldown. It didn't have any like soft resets or anything like that. You could just infinitely have all of your Valorous Vile charges, which meant you could keep spamming your ultimate because you could use Chronomantic along with I forgot the oh yeah, Sure Strike, duh. You didn't need physical, the martial emblem, because you didn't do physical damage. You're all based off max health, so you just stacked as much health as you could. He was super freaking OP. So going into Mantle of Power, and I was theory crafting builds and stuff like that, before I came across the Neon Ninja, I actually came across two classes, that being Shadow Hunter and the other being the Revenant. Now I didn't go with Shadow Hunter because Scythe already went with Shadow Hunter, so I was like, you know, let's split up classes a little bit. And I want to test out the Revenant because I could use him as a basis for the Shadow Hunter, and then I can use myself as a basis for the Revenant. So that's why I chose the Revenant as my first Clash Gem. When I was theory crafting, he sparked my interest first. Him along with the Shadow Hunter, like I said, until I got to the Neon Ninja. Not too long after. I don't remember if you guys been watching the Let's Play series for that long. It's been about a year now, actually, since Mantle Power came out. But you guys probably know more than I do, to be honest, because I just have such a bad memory. But not too long after I switched to the Neon Ninja. But anyways, doesn't take away from the Revenant. Like I said, even though I placed him pretty mediocre in the list, he wasn't far down, but he wasn't high up. He was just straight up plain, almost dead center, nearly dead center. There's 15 classes, so dead center would be 7.5, and he was 8, so like basically dead center in the list. That's just because I don't really, now that Mantle Power has been out for so long and I've been able to test all classes, I haven't done like full out like I used to before Mantle Power. If you guys remember, before Mantle Power, I was pretty much dead set on the exact best classes in the game, because before Mantle Power it was so much easier to test DPS because every class had the same gear, every class used basically the same emblems, there's no variation. You didn't have to test anything, you just had to kill. What I did was I killed Hard Pinata God solo, and I seen just which, I killed him like 10 times each class, maybe 20 times each class, I can't remember. And then I just, you know, whichever killed him the fastest over the average of 10 attempts, obviously was the highest damage in the game. Revenant being first because of the obviously OP set of Sure Strike and Valorous. You could just infinitely spam whatever you wanted to. So I forgot where I was going with that. I believe I was just saying why I played the class before Mantle Power. I'm sorry, guys. Once again, I don't know how people don't see this. I have ADHD. I have very short-term memory. Like, I just sparked my interest, like, since I made the April Fool's video, because April Fool's video was revolved around that idea that I talk very fast and, you know, I have very poor memory. How has no one ever figured that out? That I have ADHD. I've even mentioned it a few times. But anyways, we're getting off topic. Oh yeah, I was trying to talk about after Mantle Power. Why was I even going with before Mantle Power? Everyone knows that the class was so overpowered before Mantle Power. But after Mantle Power, after, you know, spending so much time with all the other classes, oh, that's where we got derailed, because I was talking about how it got easier before Mantle Power. I got it, guys, I got it. This is like the most unorthodox Let's Play ever, but you know what? For some reason, you guys love this stuff. I don't know why. But, yeah. After spending so much time playing Mantle Power, not fully testing every class, but dabbling my hands at every single class. You know, I have all the Clash Gems in the game. Basically, all my classes are at least 10k, if not more. Some are a little under like 8k, but I think I've already got them all up to 10k at least by now. You know, all level 30. Basically, the only thing I'm missing on every class is 21k PR, which everyone is basically, if you're going the way that I do it, and I only upgrade gems that actually are good gems. So again, without 100% testings, I feel like the Revenant now is just a worse version of the Candy Barb. The Candy Barb hands down just does more damage. Yes, the dot on the Revenant does stack up to like 10 times, but the 1 second cooldown is what kills the Revenant, even though it's very good, and that's what makes the physical damage build even possible, and what makes the Revenant basically even possible now with all the HP nerfs, which by the way, they should be buffing the Revenant. They said they're actually going to be buffing HP builds in the next big update, maybe. I don't know if that was like a factual statement, or they, you know, want to, quote unquote, want to buff HP builds. Obviously, they're going to be reworking health regen, but that has nothing to do with HP builds, to be honest. Because what I think they're referring to is basically the Revenant HP build. But yeah, the Revenant, just the 1 second cooldown kills it, because the Candy Barb has less than a 1 second cooldown and just does more damage anyways. His right click has a higher coefficient than the Revenant's right click. The only thing with the Revenant is that it has that dot. Actually, the Candy Barbs might be a little lower than the Revenant's right click. I actually can't remember exactly. I have the coefficients in all of my guides, so you can refer to the guides and then know for a fact, but pretty sure Candy Barb's right click just has a higher coefficient anyways, and you can spam it a lot more because of energy regen. If you have max energy regen with Stellar Weapon and S4 Ring, and you know, you have all the dragons and stuff, you gain your right click way faster than a second. I think you actually get 2 attacks. No, I think it's actually 0.75 attacks per second. So instead of 1 second, you know, it's not 1 every second, it's 0.75. Actually, wait, it'd be the opposite, right? 1.25? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Or I know where I'm going with that, but I don't know how I explain it. But you guys get my point. You know, the Candy Bar. Oh, I'm actually going low on pots, so I need to get some pots. And again, sorry if I'm like not. This is like a really spastic Let's Play. I took that week off, so I haven't really made too much commentary in the past week. And believe me, that can throw you off your groove if you're a full-time commentator and that's literally all you do all day every day. Taking a week off is hours of commentary that you have just, like, you know, stopped doing, and it really throws you off. So that's, you know, I take a lot of breaks, and I mention it every time I take a break because it's really a big factor on, you know, a lot of the spasticness of my commentary sometimes. But yeah, also the mod, in case you guys see this new mod that I'm using, it's a new mod. I'll be covering it. I need to start covering mods because actually I'm using a few new mods that you guys might have noticed. The one in the bottom right whenever I get a loot drop, and then also this waypoint for the cornerstones. Basically, it's the waypoints mod, but for cornerstones. I'll be covering those over the past, you know, or over the next few weeks. I do a spotlight review every 2 weeks. I haven't done one in actually like a month or so because I would do the patch notes, then the next week for some reason I just don't do many videos on Tuesdays. For some reason that's like my worst day of the week, where I either get sick or I have something to do, or that's when actually it's mainly because that's when new releases come out, and that's when I do a stream all day for a new game. I think Neo I did on Tuesday was when I started playing Neo, and then the next week I started playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then, you know, 2 weeks later, by the time I get back to a spotlight video, the Dark Souls 3 DLC comes out. Whoa. Oh yeah, the potion bug. I was like, how do I already have only one? It's because this game is super desynchy and laggy that it doesn't count when you press E on something. But yeah, I just realized, like, there's so many Tuesdays that it's just my unluckiest day every other Tuesday, because I always get the patch notes. I don't think I've ever missed a patch notes besides when I actually took a huge break, or whenever I take huge breaks, which has happened a couple times. Most recently was, I think it was like September to December, so a few months there. It was like 3 months there. 3 or 4 months. But yeah, I don't know. Tuesdays just, I need to stop being sick, and games need to stop coming out every other Tuesday. But we're actually on a dry spell for single player. Basically any new game, not even just single player games, just games in general. There's a dry spell for the next like 2 months, basically, of at least games that I'm interested in. So hopefully we can start covering some mods, because there's a few mods that I need to spotlight. There's actually, I think I have like 6 written down. I'm also in Unite, by the way. I should probably show my stats. A lot of people want me to show my stats. I don't know why people wanted me to show my stats in my level 30 Pirate Captain video, because that video was about hitting level 30 on the Pirate Captain, which, if I had just hit level 30, I would have only been 9k PR, and those would be, why would you want to know stats? I didn't count the potions again! Oh my god, this game, really, come on guys. Not every game is perfect, but at least most games will work, most of the time, not never, any time. But yeah, I'll show my stats off on this guy. Not really my stats, but just show you how I have 14k PR, because 14k is not a lot. But some people might think it is, and I want to show you guys why I have 14k PR. This is actually where I threw all of my... I also want to mention, like I was saying, because a lot of people were asking my Pirate Captain video, to always show off my gear, my stats, and all that stuff. So we'll do that at the end of the video. So I just have random stuff. I have a full maxed out Stellar. This is still my pre-Mantle of Power weapon, so it's not the best. This is actually, you know, what you would use before Mantle of Power. And I've had the same one since then. I've been waiting for the second set reroll. Apparently, I missed it. It came out when I quit the game. My luck, right? And then I just have a random radiant. This is actually the same radiant, again. Same radiant I had before Mantle of Power. But then a random Stellar face. No pearls, no nothing, just random, whatever. And then a random S4 ring, no critical hit, whatever. It's probably like the worst S4 ring besides like stability and health regen. Marshall, Sure Strike, because I'm 14k PR. Death Defying, because as you can see, I get really owned, even with the Revenant, because there's no such thing as a tank in this game, even though a lot of people seem to believe so. There is, I mean, the Revenant has like 30% more HP base. That's not a tank. My gems, my Empower gems are level 1. This one's level 5 because I wanted to get that last stat. Health regen, critical damage, max health. Yeah! My first ever gem. Actually, this is my first ever class gem, yeah. You got, this is the same one that I had in that video a year ago. So there you go, that was my first ever class gem, that was my luck. And then look at magic damage, max health, stellar blue gem, physical damage, max health, critical damage. Not too bad, but still level 1. This is actually where I threw all my health regen gems, if you guys remember my health regen gems. My first ever 16k PR set. I threw them on this guy, so he has all of my health regen gems, and then a few hand-me-down critical hit, critical damage, physical damage gems. Whenever I get a new gem to upgrade either my Neon Ninja or my Shadow Hunter or something like that, I just go down the list. I take whatever I had previously and move it down the list of my top classes. So this is, I guess, my 4th or 5th top physical damage class, because I have a lot of sets of blue water gems on my other classes that are triple DPS stat. I get really lucky with blue, really unlucky with red and yellow. Actually, I think yellow is my worst. It took me 3,000 yellow U9 boxes to get my first ever stellar physical damage, critical hit, and critical damage gem. So, but anyways, that's why this guy has some good, decent, whatever gems on his blue, but the rest are from my health regen set, my first ever 16k PR set. This guy's like all nostalgia, right? Everything about him is nostalgic. My first ever class gem, my first ever set of 16k PR gems, my pre-Mantle of Power gear. You know, I mained him before Mantle of Power. He was my first ever, you know, main, I guess, technically, in Mantle of Power. I mean, Tomb Raider was my first ever level 30, but then I quickly was like, okay, I just want to go with DPS class, and then I went with the Revenant. So everything about him is just nostalgic, and I really like him. Like I said, I put him as like my mid-tier class, but I still love the guy. Still really fun, even if he's a little bit lower DPS than the Kenny Barb. He might even be higher. I could be, you know, not lying, but I could be misrepresenting him. I don't know. Again, I haven't done actual, like, real testings. This is just based off numbers. That's not real world situations, which is exactly what you need to be able to concrete say this is the best class in the game. That's why I haven't made that video yet of the top classes, because I don't have actual real-time information. I only have coefficients, and those aren't real. You can get a base, but that's still not real time, so you know you can't be for sure no matter what. So yeah, I love the guy. The class, it could be a girl. Actually, this is genderless, actually. It can't even be gender neutral. It has no gender. It has no head. You can't make it a guy or a girl, I believe, because the guy or the girl is a head. It's not actually a gender. It's a head, so you can also do like robot and dragon and stuff like that. But anyways, this video has gone long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.